I hate Sonic Colors. And with Sonic Colors Ultimate on the horizon, I want to talk about why I hate Sonic Colors. So without further ado, let's talk about why I hate Sonic Colors. But before we summon the eternal wrath for my most beloved Sonic game of all time, I want to ask you guys to check out my upcoming live-action anime series I've been working on for about 2 years now. I know there's no such genre as live-action anime, it just doesn't make any sense, but I like calling it that since over 1 million people recognize that term on TikTok apparently. My Neck, which is the name of the project, is a feature-length 6-episode comedy parody show thing that takes place in a world where the art of slapping the back of your opponent's neck is the idea of life, death, art, and sport. By the time you see this video, it may or may not be out already, but regardless, go check out and subscribe to our second channel, Real Life Glitch Entertainment, for all updates regarding the project and other ones like it. I think if you're into anime and silly humor like from Monty Python or any of the Mel Brooks films, you'll like our live action anime, My Neck. But for now, we're going to get into the video. So for me, Sonic Colors is where the series of Sonic games start to go downhill in my undisputed, objectively correct opinion. Sonic has had some rough patches throughout its entirety as a franchise, but I like to mark 2010 as the true decline of the franchise. Some will argue that Sonic 06 was the decline, but you're just objectively wrong. After Sonic and the Black Knight in 2009, it felt like Sonic Team got extremely lazy with their games, with Sonic Generations and Mania being the exceptions. However, Mania wasn't even developed by Sonic Team. Hiring 2 jerk-off writers known as Ken Pontek and Warren Graff for mainline Sonic games was one of Sega's worst decisions, and Sonic Colors made it ridiculously apparent. My first fisticuffs with Sonic Colors is its story. At its core, it's a decent tide-me-over generic sideline story for a mobile spin-off game. Instead, it's a poorly written, sad excuse of sequences of events that had no right calling itself a mainline Sonic game. I get that Sonic Colors is meant to appeal to a younger audience, but it's written like it was meant for young child foreigners from a different planet. The humor, pacing, tone just doesn't work. Each cutscene consists of Sonic reaching a generator on a generic platform, explaining some exposition, seeing a boss or bragging about how he defeated the boss, and then concludes with characters standing around telling bad jokes to the audience like a bankrupt comedian club. Each cutscene follows a formula. Sonic arrives to a generator, you fight a boss, and then Sonic and Eggman convene to talk about what you just did. There's no stakes, no plot, or incentive to care about anything that's happening in the story, other than that the wisps are kinda cute. Again, the story idea that the game tries to tell is decent, but the execution falls flat. How you go from an epic story like Sonic Adventure 2 to something like Sonic Colors is beyond my comprehension. Now, I'm probably gonna get a lot of people arguing over Sonic games being lighthearted versus being dark and edgy, but if that's your view on stories, then you clearly haven't seen any Disney films. Disney films actually do children's stories pretty well, making them lighthearted and silly, but also setting up things that can be dark and heavy just for you to get invested in the characters and plot. I'm tired of people arguing whether or not Sonic's story should be lighthearted or edgy. Is Lion King considered edgy because there's death and a fearsome villain? What about Bambi? It's just a matter of good writing. The argument should be about how to make the story effective. Not lighthearted and silly, not dark and edgy, but effective. If a game is going to have a story with cutscenes and 3D animated models, and attempt to go through a sequence of events for the sake of conveying a variety of emotions, then it absolutely should be critically analyzed and talked about. Since Sonic Colors attempts to tell a story in order to emotionally affect its audience, I'm going to tell you that it failed miserably and is a huge reason why I hate it. It tries to be funny by having characters break the fourth wall, and have this meta humor which has become a staple for the new Sonic games, but it does nothing to set up jokes or further the story in any meaningful way, other than to call Eggman Baldy McNosehair. The important emotional moments fall flat and are laughable to say the least. Again, decent idea on paper, but a failure in execution. But not everyone who plays Sonic cares about the story, and the plots, and the characters, and the rising action, and the climax, and the falling point, and the 3-act structure, and the lore, and the power of friendship. What about the gameplay? When you think of Sonic, you think about moving at fast speeds and having lightning-fast reflexes. Not here. Yes, you'll move at fast speeds, but the game feels automated. You have little to no control over Sonic. Most of the time, you're holding down one button and just moving the analog stick left or right to avoid obstacles. The entirety of the core game feels like a mini-game in a better produced AAA game. I'm sure many will argue about the limitations of the Wii's hardware and the fact that boost title Sonic games are like this, But Sonic Unleashed for the Wii did a better job at giving more control to the player, and that game came out in 2008, 2 whole years before Sonic Colors. While it's not perfect in any way, Sonic Unleashed for the Wii actually requires the player to have input commands to avoid obstacles and maintain speed. It isn't freely granted to the player, just like how you had to have fast reflexes in the original 2D Sonic games to maintain speed. You can also forget about exploration in Sonic Colors. There are hardly multiple varying paths or things to collect other than red rings, which only unlock things you won't care about other than Super Sonic, which doesn't even make an appearance in the game's story for an epic final boss or anything. I know Sonic Colors Ultimate will fix this problem by scattering medals and other collectibles throughout each stage, but there isn't much here. Don't let the game deceive you either. Everything looks way better than it actually plays. There are a lot of cool levels, aesthetic details, and bitchin' music to keep you distracted from the shit heap you're actually playing. The game is a blocky, jagged mess that feels like it should have been a mobile spin-off title, with a dead third-party character from the early 2000s. The Wisps are basically Sonic Team's take at Mario elements. You have the P-Switch, the invincibility power-up, Yoshi's Moltank, helicopter, and submarine from Yoshi's Island, and I'm sure you can compare the others to other Mario power-ups, but you get the point. What really kills me are the levels. The level design is absolutely atrocious. It feels like young game designer hobbyists, still in high school, were practicing their craft in a fan-made Sonic level maker game. Or like the developers over at Sonic Team created test levels to experiment with, and then decided to include the test levels in the core game in order to save development time on the 4 whole days it took to design this trash heap of a game. The story is an unfunny playable meme, the gameplay feels like a deceased intern designed it, the levels feel like they were designed by a toddler who just learned all their basic shapes, Sonic controls like he just took illegal steroids after nearly dying during a fatal surgery procedure, there's no character, no charm, or anything flattering about this game. It doesn't deserve a remaster. Sega has so many titles that are actually good in their library of Sonic games, but being that it only took 4 days to make this pile of garbage, this was probably the easiest to upscale on their third-party stolen software from LimeWire. I get that they're working on a new Sonic game, so they need something to fill the void. But why is Sonic Colors the game they decided to pick? You literally need to fall all the way into the barrel to pick this one up from the bottom. Yet here we are. I'm so sick and tired of Takashi Iizuka cramming his Green Hills, his classic Sonic. I'm so sick and tired of Takashi Iizuka cramming his Green Hills, his classic Sonics, and these goddamn wisps down our throats like he's force-feeding his children chili dogs. I hate Sonic Colors, and I hate that they're remastering such a terrible, horrible game. They literally could remaster any Sonic game, yet they chose the worst of the bunch. I would have been happier with a remaster of Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric, or even Sonic Free Riders. But what sayeth thou? Did you enjoy Sonic Colors? Actually, don't tell me, I really don't care. Tell me what your favorite Sonic game is and what you hope to see in the next Sonic title. Don't forget to comment and subscribe if you want to see more videos similar to this one, and don't forget to check out our second channel and subscribe to that one to stay up to date with our upcoming live-action anime series and other fun productions and skits that we do. But until then, I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.